Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Masood. In today's video, I'll be talking about what is the second year in the Bachelor of Science Physiotherapy degree like. So following on from my first video where we talked about what you should expect in the first year, in your second year, I'd imagine you've just come back from the summer and you're ready to go, or you might be sort of not ready to go and you've had a bad experience in the first year, but it's time to basically strap up because it's going to be quite an intense year. Now, in the second year, what you will be doing is really just building on your knowledge that you've gained in the first year. So the first year, you have somewhat of a foundation of practical knowledge and skills to use out on placement. In the second year, really, as I mentioned, it will just be more in-depth things. So personally, in my experience in the second year, for example, we looked at the musculoskeletal side of things. We looked at the upper limb and just generally more musculoskeletal conditions. So like, frozen shoulder, shoulder impingement, rotator cuff, treatments, what you can do there, things like that, really. And this will pretty much be the same along cardiorespiratory and neuro as well. And then you use sort of, the theoretical knowledge that you gain on at uni on placement. As well as actually doing, building on your knowledge. The reason why the second year is intense is because the volume of work just really increases and you have to really get through a lot in a short space of time. I can remember starting the year and we had about 3 modules to complete. We completed 3 modules in the first 3 months. So 20 credit modules where we had a written assignment and a practical exam at the end of each one. So we did 1 module a month. Just to put this into perspective, other courses pretty much do like 1 module every 8 weeks or, even like a term. That's how long it takes for them to do 1 module in their university degree. But we were doing it in 1 month. So you can imagine it does get very intense and everything is still new. So you're still trying to learn as you go. But you do have your practical exams. And those are usually the ISPEs. They're usually the most stressful days because you don't know what to expect. And no matter what your lecturers and your teachers tell you and try to reassure you on the day that if you're just safe and you do the basic things, you show basic understanding, that you know what you're talking about, you will pass, that never really seems to have any effect. I can remember people coming out of the ISPE rooms and actually just crying and later finding out that they actually got first, which was pretty funny to me. But it basically epitomizes this whole situation. As you probably guessed by now, you can tell that physio students care a lot about their grades. And this is why it does get a bit stressful whilst you're on the course. Apart from that, in your second year, I'd imagine you'd also be going out on placements if you haven't been already. This is when you sort of, build your placement, your actual real physio experience. On placement, you should expect really to be out from like getting up at 6-7 a.m, going to your placement and then coming back around sort of 6 p.m, 5:30, 6 p.m, depending on if you're living out or you're living on campus or wherever you are. The sort of travel time will either extend or shorten your day. But basically, it's pretty much your whole day is dedicated to physio. And that's how it's going to be on placement. So, be prepared to basically spend your whole day studying and go into placement, waking up, having breakfast. So let's start again. So having breakfast, go into placement, you probably finish the day at like 5:30 and then you'll come back and then, you might have a little bit of a break, like 1 hour. And then you spend like the next 1 or 2 hours just preparing for the next day, reflecting on what you've done today. Maybe you might have an essay to do alongside your placement, so you have to sort of work on that as well. Having a little bit of food and then going back to sleep and then doing the same thing again. that's pretty much what it was like on placement. And it's like that pretty much for the whole second year, as well as the third year. Apart from that, I think the reason why people say second year is the most intense, as I mentioned, is because it's the volume of work that makes it intense, and it can get very stressful, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'd say for the second year. In terms of actually trying to prepare, I would just try and take as much time as you can to rest your brain, because you're going to be doing a lot of studying, and in between your summer, from your first year and second year, I'd pretty much just relax, because you'll probably need it. That's just my best advice to you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was useful to you. If it was, don't forget to leave a like. Comment down any thoughts you might have had or you wanted to share. And don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you.